Hello my friends, it's Lisa and welcome to Vlogmas week 3. I'm not quite sure how we're already in the third week of Vlogmas, but it's fine. It's fine. I feel like last year at this point in the weekly vlogs, I was feeling probably pretty stressed about Christmas shopping, but this year I'm actually like on top of it. I know I've said that like multiple times in these vlogs, but I'm just really proud of myself for actually getting my shopping and wrapping and all of that stuff done early on in the month. So I do have some things left to do. Like I still have some of my homemade gifts that I have to finish up. So I'm sure I'll be doing that throughout the week. And I do have a couple of things left to buy. I don't have a lot left to get though, like just a handful of things probably. And I think me, my mom, and my sister are planning on going out shopping probably sometime this week or this weekend because Christmas is slowly approaching, so we don't have that much time. So when we do that, I'll probably get those rest of those things and then I'll be like all set. I obviously still have a lot of things to wrap, but Christmas gift wise, I'm almost done. I'm still waiting on some things in the mail. Have a couple things left to get, but so far I'm doing well. And I'm really proud of myself. I know I keep talking about it. I'm just really happy that I got my shopping done early. But other than like the Christmas festivities, I do have some books that I want to be trying to read this week. I finally finished The Poppy War in last week's vlog, so that's finally done. I can finally talk about something else. I mean, this isn't new. I've been reading this since October, but I really want to try and make some progress in Ace this week. I think I only have like 60 pages left, so I feel like if I read it throughout the week, I could definitely get this done by the end of this vlog. Also, I unrelated was looking through my bookmarks last night to see if I had any holiday ones, and I do have this like dangly snowman one, so I decided to put that in this book. I do have another one that I'm going to put in my other book. It just feels right to be using a Christmassy bookmark around this time of year because when else am I going to use them? So I would like to pick this up throughout the week and try and finish this week. I also think I'm going to be starting another book as well. I think I'm going to be picking up A Song of Storms and Silence by Roseanne Brown. This is the sequel to A Song of Wraiths and Ruin, and I'm so excited about it. I put in this bookmark. This was actually a Barnes & Noble gift card that they made like into a bookmark kind of thing, which I think is really cool. So I have that in there and I'm going to use that while I read this. And I'm really excited to get into it. The end of A Song of Wraiths and Ruin ended pretty with like a big cliffhanger, so I definitely think I need to refresh my memory a little bit. I might like skim through the last like couple of chapters of that book before picking this up, but I'm really excited about it. I really liked A Song of Wraiths and Ruin. I keep wanting to just say the title of this book for the first one. That's not right. I really liked A Song of Wraiths and Ruin, so I'm excited to finally pick up the sequel. I'm very excited about it. Sam, sir? He's just opening my closet. It's not a ghost, it's the cat. But I would like to try and finish this and get like a good chunk of the way through this, but we'll see. Because, you know, like I've said in many of these vlogs, I prioritize like Christmas activities and movies in December over reading, which I'm not really mad about, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to get back to editing last week's vlog, and I just wanted to say hello and welcome you to Vlogmas Week 3. Hello, happy Tuesday? It's Tuesday. So today I filmed a video. I actually filmed 2 videos, so that was exciting. One is my worst books of the year video. So that went better than I thought. When I was filming it, I was like, I don't know if I'm making any sense. I feel like the past 2 years where I've been on YouTube and I've done those videos, it doesn't make sense that this is the 3rd time I've filmed this video. It doesn't feel right, but anyway, I have filmed them in 2019 and 2020, and both years I think I refilmed them because I thought I was being too mean. It was a mixture of being worried that I was going to upset people and also like not being able to articulate myself well. And this year I wasn't so much worried about upsetting people because I feel like you don't really, I don't know, I feel like most people at this point know that if I don't like one of their favorite books, it's not a direct attack on them or the author. I still gave a little disclaimer, but I more so was just worried about just being respectful in general. But my main concern was that I didn't think I was articulating myself well, but I've been editing that video and I think it's fine, so I don't think I'm gonna have to refilm it this year, which will be the first time that's ever had to happen. But I think I'm gonna take a break from editing that video, and I think I'm gonna work on some homemade Christmas gifts because I have an opportunity. It's a little before 6:30, it's actually like 6:29. Oh, just turned 6:30. It's 6:30. So it is 6:30 in the evening, so I think I'm going to just spend the rest of the night working on Christmas gifts and maybe doing some wrapping and things like that. I think I might put on a Christmas movie. There's still a few that I haven't seen yet this year. I think I might put on Klaus or however you say it. It's the Netflix movie that I think came out a couple years ago. I've watched it the past couple of years and I really enjoy it. It always makes me cry, but it's really good. I also recorded Love Actually because that was on earlier in the day on Freeform, and I thought I'd watch it for the first time in forever. I've literally only seen that movie once, and it was at least 5 years ago. And my thing is, I feel like I must not have liked it that much if I've never really sought out to watch it again in a year after that. But I would like to see it again and see how I feel about it again. So I might watch that as well, but I think I'm going to start with Klaus or however you say it because I won't have to fast forward through commercials. So yeah, I think I'm going to start working on those because I would like to get all of the DIY things I'm doing done this week. I think I'll be able to get a majority of them done. I just have one bigger one that I'm doing, so that one might take a little bit longer. So I think I'm going to work on that one first, and hopefully I can get that all done this week. I also, like I said, might wrap some presents, so we'll see. We'll see where the night takes me. We got plenty of time. I might do some reading later because I still haven't read any of this or this since I started the vlog yesterday. So I might pick this up later when I am about to go to sleep, but I think until then I'm gonna work on Christmas gifts and wrapping and all of that and feel a little less overwhelmed in that area. Hello, happy Wednesday, my dudes. I have just been doing some not very exciting things this morning and afternoon, but I think probably in like a couple hours, me, my dad, and my sister are going to be going out and doing some Christmas shopping, so that'll be fun. It'll be nice to check off some things off of our list. And I think also today I'm just going to continue working on Christmas gifts and wrapping and doing all that stuff. I did actually finish a lot of the homemade gifts I'm doing. I just have one more, and it's like the bigger one. What's happening to my voice? Hello. It's the bigger one that I was kind of talking about that might take me a little bit longer that I have left, but all of the other, oh my god, my voice. But other than that, I have finished all of the other ones, so I'm actually going to film a clip of them now for me to insert into Vlogmas Week 4's vlog, because by that time, mostly everyone's going to have their Christmas gifts, so I'll be able to share them with you all, which will be fun. I'll actually be able to show you the things that I've been doing the whole month, so that'll be exciting. So I'm definitely going to film that. And I might do, again, some more wrapping, because obviously I have to wrap all of those things. I have some other things I have to wrap, so I'm just trying to do wrapping here and there so that I don't have to do a ton of it like next week, like right before Christmas. So yeah, more Christmas festivities will be continuing on later today. And also yesterday I did watch Love Actually while I was working on some of my gifts for people. It's the first time I had seen it since I think I figured out it was 2016, and that was the first time I had ever watched it. And I can understand why I didn't like rush to rewatch it after that. It was good, like I liked certain parts of it, but it definitely isn't like my favorite Christmas movie that I've ever seen, which I know I feel like I'm about to like upset so many people because I know so many people love Love Actually. I liked it for sure, it just wasn't like my favorite that I've ever seen, but I'll probably rewatch it again, like in the future. Like I'm probably all set for a couple years now, and in a few years I'll be ready to rewatch it again. It was fine. There's a lot of really great actors in it too, so that was kind of fun. I kind of forgot how many people were in that movie, so that was a fun time. So I think I'm gonna get back to doing some more boring stuff that's not that interesting. I think later I'm going to work on the bigger homemade gift that I'm doing, and I also want to start working on my journals for next year. I kind of know what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be my reading journal for next year. I'm actually starting an official reading journal, and then I'm gonna have my bullet journal as well that I normally have. And I kind of know what I'm doing for both of them, but I'm overwhelmed because I haven't started like planning them out yet. So I'm gonna, I think, maybe work on that later tonight. And I also would like to do some reading later. I haven't read in a few days now, and I do really want to read. I've just been like staring at this at my desk. You know, it's been next to me while I've been doing other things. So maybe I will pick that up later on tonight. But yeah, I just wanted to say hello for today, check in. My laptop sounds like it's about to take off. So I'm gonna go take care of that. And I'm sure I will take you along with any Christmassy activities, anything that happens today. We're getting closer to Christmas. I think I looked up the countdown thing this morning, the ornament that we have, and it said 9 days until Christmas. So that's very exciting, and it's also a little stressful, but I know I'm like in a good position right now. I just have a few things left to get. But anyway, now I'm babbling. I will check in with you guys in a little bit. See Sam sleeping on my bed. Oh yeah, you can definitely see that lump of fur there. So it is, what is today? Is it Thursday? I think it's Thursday. Yes, it's Thursday. Hello. I am in frantic mode a little bit. I feel like the closer we get to Christmas, the more frantic I am becoming. I feel like I've been really good at like staying on top of things so far this month, but now that we're approaching like Christmas, it's, you know, almost a week away, and I also have a lot of videos and stuff that I want to put up in the last few weeks of the year that I feel like now I'm in frantic mode. I've been calm-ish for me regarding these things. I feel like at first, like the first few weeks of the month, and now we are in frantic mode. But I'm gonna get some stuff done today. I do have an eye doctor's appointment tomorrow, and I think after that I'm gonna be doing some Christmas shopping, so I want to try and get some stuff done today. So I think I'm gonna work on the homemade gift that I have left to do, because I, you know, need to get that done in like the next week. So I think I'm gonna try and make some progress on that. And I also think I'm gonna start like sketching out and planning my bullet journal for next year. I've kind of been also in frantic mode because of that, because I haven't quite known what I want to do for it yet. I was really struggling trying to figure out like what kind of theme I wanted to go with at the beginning of the year and what color scheme I wanted to go with, just because I don't want to do anything that I'll get sick of by the end of the year. I still really like the spreads I did at the beginning of my 2021 journal, so I've been like, okay, I don't want to do the exact same thing because it wouldn't be very interesting to film the exact same setup, but it also, I feel like by the end of 2022, if I did something similar, I would definitely be sick of it. So I wanted to do something different, but I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. But I think in my shower I was thinking about it, so I think I have a plan with that. So I at least have somewhat of a plan, but if anything, like I just need to start sketching out like the actual like structure of the spreads and everything, even if I don't have like the color scheme and like the like doodles and stuff I want to do. I want to at least have a lot of the other stuff, like the actual helpful things planned out. So I think I'm going to do that today. I might also work on sketching out my reading journal for next year, because I'm also going to be having a separate journal just for keeping track of reading next year. I think I already talked about this in this vlog. I'm having deja vu. But something that I wanted to look at in my new journal for next year, I've been looking at a lot of like YouTube videos and like Pinterest posts and Instagram posts, trying to get ideas for my spreads for next year. I'm trying to do this without showing my journal for next year because I want to keep it a surprise until my 2022 bullet journal setup. Not that anyone really cares, it's just something I'm doing for funsies. But anyway, I saw someone setting up their journal and they showed that Archer and Olive included a like grid spacing sheet this year. Okay, I do not have one, so maybe that wasn't an Archer and Olive journal that I was watching the setup for, but it was like they came with a grid spacing sheet that you could just like take out and use in any spread. So like this year I made a grid spacing sheet for me to reference, and I mean I kind of used it. I feel like one that could come out and like actually be able to use in whatever page I needed might be more helpful, but I don't have one in this. So maybe it wasn't an Archer and Olive journal that came with that. It might have been maybe a notebook therapy one, because I've watched a lot of 2022 bullet journal setup videos where they've used a notebook therapy notebook instead. I think the notebook therapy journals have a lot of like, it's like a similar thing to the Archer and Olive journal. I think they're just like a smidgy bit cheaper, but I'm not really sure. So that's kind of disappointing, but I'll just do another grid spacing sheet in my new journal. That's no problem. I mean, that was exciting for a moment when I thought I was just gonna have a grid spacing sheet that came with my journal, but that's okay. So yeah, that's my plan for today. It's going to be a lot of like arts and crafts because I'm going to be journaling, I'm going to be working on homemade gifts, I'm going to be painting, and that is my plan for the day. I do have some other like not as exciting things. Like I want to caption a video at some point today and just some other like not so exciting things going on, but those are the more exciting plans that I have. I also do want to read today. I still haven't read anything all week so far. I'm sorry if you're watching this for the reading content because there hasn't been any of that. But I think today I'm gonna set aside some time just to do some reading. I'm gonna take a break from doing all of the other like Christmassy things like wrapping and stuff and just dedicate some time to reading. I would like to pick up some of Ace so I can try and get this done before the end of the year. So I think I'm gonna try and do that later, but I am gonna do some of the other things that I wanted to get done today. And yeah, that's it. That's the update. Fingers crossed I can figure out what I'm doing in my journals this year because it's stressing me out just a little bit. Okay, so I know earlier I literally said that I'm going to not wrap today and take a break from wrapping, and you just saw me wrapping a present, so I'm a liar. But that was the only present that I've had left to wrap so far. So I have some stuff for my mom that me and my dad and my sister will wrap together. And then I also have some things I still need to wrap, but I don't have the correct supplies for them yet. The boxes that I had that I was originally going to put them in are way too big for what the present is, so I need to get something smaller. And then I'm also still waiting on things in the mail, just one thing I think, and then I do have to go out and get some stuff too. So what I have that I can wrap is wrapped now, so I'm feeling good about that, and I'm sure the wrapping will continue all next week and once I get like all the gifts and all the wrapping supplies. But so far everything that I can wrap has been wrapped. And I also was working on the homemade gift that I was talking about earlier. I spent like probably like an hour and a half working on it, and I've definitely made some good progress in it. I probably need like another hour to 2 hours to just finish it off, so I'll definitely get that done in plenty of time for Christmas. So yeah, doing well on the things I wanted to get done today. I still want to try working on sketching my 2022, that sounded wrong, my 2022 bullet journal out. It just felt so weird to say 2022. But anyway, I want to start sketching that out, but other than that, we're doing good. We've had a productive day. Oh, you also would have seen my sweatsuit when I was wrapping. Is sweatsuit the right word to use? I have like a matching set here, and I can't decide if it's like cute or if I look like a fourth grader on our way to like a gym class or something. But it's very comfortable, so even if it doesn't look cute, I feel comfortable. So that's all that matters. I feel like this angle is not good lighting, but I really like having my Christmas tree in the background of all of these shots. So this is what we're gonna have to deal with. But hello, it is now Friday, and I have an eye doctor appointment in a little bit. I'm gonna be probably leaving for that in like an hour or so. So I'm gonna see what I can get done before the appointment, but I also think we're going Christmas shopping afterwards, so that'll be fun. That'll be good to get some things checked off the list. And also maybe it's good that I'm not facing direct light because I put makeup on, like the barest minimum of makeup. Like I did just like a few things, but I put makeup on without wearing contacts or glasses. Normally if I wear makeup, I'm wearing contacts, but because I'm going to the eye doctor, I just wear my glasses there because they always, if I wear contacts, they just have me take them out. So it's like, that seems silly to wear contacts, just have to take them out in like an hour. So I did my makeup without being really able to see because my vision is terrible. So that was interesting, but I think it came out okay. I mean, half of it's going to be covered by a mask a majority of the time anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So yeah, I have my eye doctor appointment. I'm going to be picking up new frames, which I'm low-key excited for because I hate these glasses. I'm so excited to have something different. So very excited about that. Not excited so much about the appointment, but excited to have new glasses in a few weeks when they're done. And also, I am excited to do some Christmas shopping. We definitely have some things still on the list. So excited to get that all done. But I did want to give a little bit of a reading update because I did read a bit of Ace last night. Finally, I read something. I know, it's wild. I'm on page 150, which is the beginning of chapter 9. So I literally have 3 chapters left. I have like just under 40 pages left. So I think tonight I'm just going to dedicate like an hour to try to finish this and get it done because I've been reading this for like 2 months now, so it's probably time for me to finish it, but I'm still really enjoying it. I'm still learning a lot, and it's just so good. So I would highly recommend. I'll give more of like a better review when I actually finish it. Me just saying it's so good is not very insightful, but once I finish it, I'll talk more about it. But yeah, I think that that's it. I'm going to go and try and do some things before I have to leave for my eye doctor appointment, and then I'm going to do some Christmas shopping, get some of that stuff done, and then hopefully later on tonight I will do some more reading. Hey! No. They're my cinnamon rolls. I don't know if you can have these, bestie. Alright, it has come time for me to end this week's vlog. I'm gonna keep this brief because my camera battery is probably not gonna last for a very long outro, so I just did quickly want to talk about Ace though because I did finish this finally. Only took me like a little over 2 months to read like less than 200 pages, but we did it. And the amount of time it took for me to read it was worth it because I gave this 5 stars. I really enjoyed this. I think it's a great starting point if you want to learn more about asexuality, but also if you kind of already know or have like somewhat of an understanding of it and you just want to do some more reading into it, it's just a great place to start, but also if you already know anything about it. So I'd highly recommend. I learned so much, not just about asexuality, but just like as society, like as a whole, and how certain things are viewed as like the norm, but it kind of makes people who are part of the ace community kind of have these different challenges. So I'd highly recommend it. Definitely a great read, 5 out of 5 stars. All right, my battery didn't make it, so I wasn't fast enough, but I think that's where I'm gonna leave you actually. I don't think I have much else to update on. I finished Ace finally, 5 out of 5 stars, and this past weekend I've just done a lot of wrapping and Christmas movie watching. I feel like now that we're in like the final week until Christmas, I'm in like complete frantic mode. Like it might be a bit obvious that I'm a bit like frazzled? Is that the word? I don't know. I'm in frantic mode right now. So I need to get some stuff done. So this is where I'm gonna leave this vlog and get to editing it. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the final week of Vlogmas next week. Bye.